I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and my guest tonight is Zia from Zealand. Hi.
Hi, everybody. I love your Christmas hat and Christmas decoration so much. I love it. This is like my favorite time of the year.
Oh my God, mine too. I mean, mine is like, I've always like had a debate between what I love more, like Halloween or Christmas, but I feel like I'm coming around to like Christmas more than I used to, because well, like Halloween was like when you're a kid and you can't buy your own chocolate. So you're like, oh, okay, like, you know, but now I'm an adult, so I can buy chocolate whenever I want.
Whenever you want. Exactly.
Yeah.
I still love Halloween because I just love the spooky vibes and I take out the Halloween stuff and dressing up. It's so fun.
Same.
But Christmas is just so dang cozy.
I know. I love Christmas. I mean, I wanted to get cozier for me personally because I live in Cancun, as you know, and it's really, really freaking hot here. So I have a tropical Christmas. So
that was me my whole life until I moved here. I've only had like 3 winter Christmases because I'm from Hawaii. And so I grew up just like super tropical.
Melo kaliki maka is the thing you say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. Oh my God, I love that song so much. That's like, I want like a Mexican version of that for like Cancun, but like you can't really have a Mexican version because Mexico can get cold in the north.
Does it really?
Yeah, in the north it gets really cold. Like Mexico City and stuff like that, they get really cold.
Oh, I had no idea. That's so funny. That's how dumb I am about geography.
Well, I appreciate all of you guys in the chat joining us early a little bit tonight. We're starting early because Zia's not feeling too well, so I figured we'd start earlier and then she can go if you know she needs to go. And
I got this back.
Sorry,
guys.
She got the coof.
I was wearing this like pajama top earlier. My husband's like, all right, you look like a hobo. You need to at least change your I was like, fine.
Oh my God. I'm just so like appreciative that you're even here, because when I get sick, I'm like, so here's the thing. I don't care about anybody. Just everybody fuck off. Like, I don't really care. But no, I really like, seriously, thank you for being here tonight. So
of course,
I'm gonna get into these topics right after Healer from KY. Thank you for the $5. Says Nina should wear a mask so she doesn't get Zia's period.
So I also got my period this morning.
Oh,
I was like, this is the worst day ever.
Oh no, that's a double whammy. Oh my God.
Terrible. And then like I went to the gym this morning. I felt fine for most of the day. And then around like 5 or 6, I was like, uh-oh, I'm starting to feel like, you know, when you get the chills and your skin's really sensitive to touch. And I was like, uh-oh. And then I waited a little while. I drank some emergency. I had some tea. I waited a while longer, and then I took my temperature, and I was like, it's 102, motherfucker.
No, yeah, that that's so crazy because it happens to me too. Like when I get sick, I like have a denial period from like at the very beginning. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not happening. I'm gonna push through. Like it's
I'll
not
be fine.
happening.
It's not gonna get
This
me.
is a mindset. It's a mindset. You just gotta push through. You gotta be like, no, I'm okay. I'm doing fine. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm gonna do whatever. And then it's like, oh my, like it just punches you right in the gut, and you're like,
oh, there
okay,
it
I
is.
think I'm sick. I think I'm sick.
It was so mad.
Oh my God. Well, Zia, let me know. I mean, I don't know too much about you. Like we streamed a bunch, but I don't know. I actually don't know too much about you specifically. Like, are you into video games at all? I don't even know if you're into video games.
I do. I like RPGs. I don't play any of the online. When I was getting into first person shooters, I played Doom Eternal to like see if I could get good at it.
Mhm.
And I love that game so much. It's like one of my favorite games, but I still hate and suck at first person shooters. But I do love I love RPGs. Like I love Oblivion is one of my favorite games ever. Skyrim, BioShock, Ocarina of Time, like stuff like that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love all the Zeldas. Have you played the new one? The new Breath of the Wild?
I've had no time. I'm so sad. Have you played it? Is it
Oh
amazing?
I just finished it. And
Oh.
I am like it's become like one of my favorite games of all time. Like I was like, this is how you do like a I wouldn't even say a remake, but you know how like they keep making the new Zelda games or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just next level. You're like, okay, this is how you do things right, like staying true to the spirit of the game while at the same time introducing brand new things that you could do with this IP. It's just Nintendo's just kicking ass, and I was just blown away by the sheer amount of things you get to do in the game versus like how much money you pay for it. You're like, I'm paying $100. Like, am I really going to get my money's worth? And
Nintendo like, yes, we're going to give you 25 million hours of gameplay.
Exactly.
I love that so much.
200 Watt Studios for $2 says, hey ladies, go see Godzilla -1.
I keep hearing so many good things. Cody saw it. Johan saw it. Like, there's a whole bunch of like people in my Discord are like, "Go watch it." I'm like,
yeah. Anna's off watching it right now because I messaged her and I was like, "You want to come on?" She's like, "I'm watching Godzilla," and I was like, "Okay, go."
She's having a good time.
Yeah, she is. I, however, unfortunately, won't get to see Godzilla -1 until. Well, I don't know when, because supposedly it's supposed to come out in Mexico on December 20th. But the tricky thing is with Mexican, like going to the movies in Mexico, is that the subtitled movies, and from what I understand, this movie is in Japanese and it's subtitled in English. So when they bring those kind of movies into the Spanish theaters, they subtitle it in Spanish,
which makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, no, like, can't you just keep it English for like the English-speaking Mexican people, like, and just have it be English?
They should have like an English showing. They should be like, this is when our English showing is for all of the English people.
Exactly. Well, usually they do, like, they have the English showings of stuff. And that's when I go. So whenever I go to the movies here, there's always English showings of stuff, and then they have the Spanish subtitles underneath it. But in the movie, if the language changes to something else, like let's say the character starts speaking Russian or something, it's all translated in like Spanish. So I'm like, no,
that sucks. No. How good? So how long have you lived down there? Because I didn't know you lived down there. Okay,
like 6 years.
That's a while. How is your Spanish?
It's coming along. I not well enough. Like I'm not fast enough yet to like be able to understand super advanced Spanish. I'm still beginner, and my speaking needs a lot more help, but I can understand it a lot. Like I can understand how people speak, but I just like I come to reply and then I'm like that I forgot everything I know. Like I can't.
I feel like that's how it would be too. I'd be like, what are words? I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know. I become blonde all of a sudden. I'm like, I don't
That's my
What?
whole life, Nina. Now you know how I feel. Like
I
every day.
Well, I mean, I've heard blondes have more fun, and you look like you have fun a lot.
We have fun because we're too stupid to see the horrors in the world. We're just like, everything's great.
Whatever.
The world's not on fire.
Saw one for $5 says, "You heathen, are you here for are here for you, Zia? Hope you feel better. Nina and Zia look beautiful tonight." Oh, thank you, someone. That is so sweet.
Very sweet.
Also, I should mention that today is the 80th episode of Breaking the Narrative. So you are my 80th guest.
I'm so honored that you had me on for your 80th. That's so awesome.
I know,
Thank you.
so cool.
I couldn't miss it.
Thank you. Yeah. Russell Hall for $2 says, "Nice hat. Can you make it dance and play music?" I can, but that's my other one. I have a musical Santa hat.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a musical Santa hat. Would it be weird if I wore one of those to the gym? That's my question.
I don't think you can wear that one to the gym just because it's really heavy, because it's got like a battery in it.
A battery pack.
Do you want to see it? Do you want to see my dancing hat?
Okay, so bad.
Let me get
Oh my God. I still would wear it to the gym as the thing. I'd be like, this is extra weight. It's like a weighted vest while I do cardio like a crazy person.
Dude, I got like a freaking concussion almost with this thing, because this thing hit me like as it's like bouncing. I was like, ow. Okay, so like see, it says press here. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I take it back then. That's a stupid hat. Okay. Well, now you
Russell,
can take it back again. Because here it is. Here's the other one. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put this close to the. All right, here we go. There you go.
I love that so much. That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
It was a whole show. Wasn't that amazing?
That was incredible. We can end the stream now, everybody. That's all we needed to see.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get this hat. I saw it the other day and I was like, oh my God, it has to happen now. Happen.
Yeah, I'm going to find one.
It was like $20. I was like, this is the best $20 I've ever spent.
It's the little things in life that keep us happy. You know, it's
just
like the small joys that we need.
This one is the weird one. I bought this one at the dollar store, but it's like a really long one.
I like that it's long. I think it's cool.
I know. This one was like $1. I was like, okay. And I've had this for like 10 years.
The dollar store has some pretty freaking awesome stuff. I'll go in occasionally and find like some of it's, garbage, but sometimes you're like, oh my God, this is for $1. Oh, great.
Yes. Yeah. Give that to me for $1. Give me many.
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. Russell Hall is okay. Take it back again. That's an awesome hat. There you go. Thank you, Russell. And we have a lovely lady here. Ashley Zabeth for $4.99 says, "Hello, hey, gorgeous ladies. Hello. You're gorgeous yourself."
He is so gorgeous and one of the sweetest humans on the internet, on the whole internet.
Well, nice to meet you. And welcome to the Infinity Channel. Okay, let's get into this topic because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Grand Theft Auto. Have you ever played that?
I've played a little bit of GTA 5. Definitely not enough for me to be an expert, but enough that I've, done the hookers and did the things.
Oh, you did the hookers. Okay. Okay. What did you do with the hookers? Did you just have sex with them?
Yeah, you get in the car and it shakes around a bunch. It's like my favorite part.
So you're a normal human being. I, however, am not a normal human being. So I used to do this thing in Grand Theft Auto. I mean, many people have done this. Okay, like don't judge me, but when my husband introduced me to the Grand Theft Auto, well, I played Vice City, and then I was obsessed with San Andreas, because that was my time. Like I was like, this is hip hop, it's rap, it's LA, it's Snoop Dogg. Like this is my Grand Theft Auto. It's still to this day, I think that one's the best one. For me, it's like a personal thing.
No,
it's
absolutely.
just my vibe.
It's a nostalgia thing. It takes you back to a time. Yeah,
exactly. And during that time, I would also do the hookers, but I would also run them over after I did them and then kill them and take their money.
That's a businesswoman right there.
And my husband like walked in on me once doing it. And he was like, why are you killing that poor hooker? And I was like, because she took my money and I don't want to pay for sex.
You're like, I wanted the sex, but I wanted it for free.
Exactly. So I was like, she needs to die so I can have the money back. He's like, you could go rob a bank. And I was like, that's true.
Yeah, but now there's one less hooker on the streets. You're cleaning the streets up.
Yeah, cleaning the streets. I was like Jack the Ripper, and I didn't mind too much. And also, like the robbing a bank part is difficult. Like I could get caught and lose all my money. And
no one cares about hookers. They don't have family.
No. I never got arrested once for killing a hooker in Grand Theft Auto. I can tell you that much.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Spike and Madness, for 25-month member message. Says, hi, Nina Zia, to the sweetest ladies, and soup for Zia. Oh, yeah, you need chicken noodle soup. That's definitely.
Before I was feeling sick, because my husband was sick, I got it from him. He's giving me a dirty look right now. But I did. He was like super sick the past couple of days. He's still sick, but a little bit better. So I went out today when I was still like not feeling sick. I went out and got myself fucking turkey bolognese, and I got him chicken soup. And so for dinner, I was like, oh, I have to eat this now.
Oh my God.
That's so dumb.
That's so funny that happens. Oh my God. This is, see, and you get your money back and the extra money too. That was the other thing, because you get the hooker's extra money from the people she's blown early in the day. So
I think it's just smart.
It is. It's just it very much is. GTA does have infinite hookers. It's amazing. But so the trailer dropped for the new one, and I've been excited because I like GTA. I like the GTA franchise. I've always liked it. So let's give this trailer a watch real quick. Like it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
Ooh.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited.
Ooh, so we're getting a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Lucia,
like, yes.
do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me.
I like the music already.
Yeah, the music's already great.
The way she thought it should be.
Amazing.
Yeah, we were desperate.
Yeah, these graphics look great.
To have each other in the whole world.
Is that an alligator?
Is a long road.
This just looks like real life.
Yes. Yes, it does.
This just looks like what's happening right now.
Back.
This looks like
The
Florida.
only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's
That
given
looks
me-
fun as hell.
Yeah, man. It's giving me total like Bonnie and Clyde vibes. Like I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be like the badass couple going to waste some people, rob some banks, kill some hookers, all that good stuff. And then, okay, keep this guy in mind, okay? Because something happened today that we're gonna talk about in a second.
I'm excited.
But keep that in mind. Now, I want to show you this first because you said this just looks like real life. Well,
oh no.
it is real life because most of the stuff some of the stuff in the trailer was inspired by real life footage
Oh my god.
in the news of Florida men and women.
Oh, this is so perfect.
So here we go.
Look who's back. The
Oh
only
my god.
way to get through this is by sticking together, being a team.
This is amazing.
Look who's back.
My favorite one is the gator. Like the gator's right there.
That's a huge gator too. Holy shit.
There was another one too that I think they didn't catch that one, but there was one that literally walked into a store, and I was like, I didn't show that one, but I saw that one like a while ago with the gators just like hanging out in the stores and stuff like that. It was hilarious.
This is why we can't have nice things, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And so the other thing I want to show you, by the way, this is again another real life picture of just juxtaposing the trailer versus
Wow.
Versus what we're getting.
That looks so good.
It looks absolutely amazing. And then, okay, so I wanted to show you this thing. This is so funny. I was like, I cannot believe this guy is real, but also that he did this. It says El Joker de Florida. Oh, wait, this is the Spanish version. Hang on. Let me translate.
The Joker of Florida. He does look like the Joker. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Oh wait, why is it not translating?
It keeps going back. It's like Nina learned Spanish.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, come on now. The Florida Joker, which is apparently referred to in the GTA 6 trailer, responds, GTA, we have to talk.
Oh my
so
God.
here he is.
Oh.
And he was like, we gotta talk, GTA.
It's the boy Joker Gang 305, Raw Sequel Live. Florida Joker, Miami Joker. You might have seen that character on GTA 6. Just dropped the trailer today. You know they got that character with the face tattoos. You know who they got that inspired by? By me. Just look me up. Florida Joker, Miami Joker.
I cannot believe
GTA. We gotta talk.
This guy's gonna be famous now for a little bit.
I know he's gonna be so famous for a little bit now. Okay, so basically, I mean, I feel like the reason he's hitting these guys up, obviously, I feel like he wants money. Like he's like, Rockstar,
absolutely.
you took my image. Where my money at?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd probably do the same. I'd be like, that bitch is me. Give me some kind of money.
Apparently, other people have done that as well, Zia. So in this article, it says, oh my God, it went back to freaking Spanish. So it says in the article that apparently like Lindsay Lohan tried to sue as well.
She was the girl, or allegedly was the girl on the cover.
Yeah, allegedly, but then that apparently that didn't quite land. So
no, I don't think so. This one might be a little bit easier for him though, because it really was pretty. I don't know, maybe not, but
that was pretty out there.
There could be a case made possibly on that one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next time I see Nick, I'll have to ask him about it. Nick Ricade, I'll be like, dude, does this guy have a case? Like, can he get some money out of Rockstar for this?
He would at least have an idea, definitely.
Now, the reception to this, has been really interesting. Okay, so there's been two sides. Okay, so usually, I mean, obviously, like the Debbie Downers are always like, oh my God. Okay, wait. It's more like we've got several people saying things like, wait. I actually have a clip for this. Wait, I have a good clip for this. Here we go. Most people are saying this.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Someone always says that. Someone always says, think of the children. Look, the kids are going to be fine.
I know. So most people are like that. Other people are like, oh my God, this is going to be so woke. It's got a female protagonist.
Look,
it's just, I've seen so many people be like, there's way too many Black people. And I'm like, have you been to Miami?
Yeah. And also, didn't the fifth one have like a lot of Black people? Was it
yes.
in LA? There were like a ton.
They all have a ton of Black people.
I understand. Okay. I understand people's hesitation because I know what they did to Saints Row and people were fucking pissed. And I know it was legitimately a bad game, the most recent Saints Row.
Mhm.
And I it sucks because I get people's hesitation and their sort of what's the word I'm looking for? I guess hesitation, or you just, looking at it badly. Sorry, guys. I'm so sick.
Pessimistic, maybe?
Pessimism. Yeah, thank you. Because
Mhm.
I feel like that too. When movies come out, I'm just like, I have no optimism anymore. I have like, I want to be hopefully optimistic, but I just never am. So I do understand where people are coming from.
Mhm.
However, it's too hard to tell from that trailer. Do you know if you have to play as that woman or can you choose a different character?
Apparently, from what I understand, the rumors are that you switch between the two. So there's a part where you play as both, and then they split up and they go their separate ways. So you play as each individual character, so that you get to know each individual character for who they are as their characteristics, and then the game brings them back together.
Okay.
From what I understand, like that's the rumor of how it's designed to be played. But from what I understand, you can play as both male and female characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and here was my point on that one. That girl right there, I was watching and I was like, that's my sister. Those girls exist. Literally, my sister's in prison right now for stealing a car. She stole a cop's gun, among other things. Like a lot was happening.
Are you serious?
Yes. She drove into a car dealership. Actually, she drove into 2 car dealerships trying to steal cars. She was high. She thought it was the end of the world. It's a whole thing.
Oh no.
It's wild. So I'm watching this. I'm like, this is my sister. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that this happens.
She sounds like a Florida girl, your sister.
Hawaii is shockingly similar to parts of Florida, I think.
I think it's probably the heat, man. I tell you, the heat drives people crazy.
Heat, drugs, and poverty. That's the trifecta. Right there.
That's why I always make fun of. And hey, guys, chill out on this one because I'm Persian, so I can make fun of myself. Okay, that's what I always say about Middle Easterners too, because I'm like, we got the desert over there. The sun's always beaming down on the brain, and we all just want to off ourselves, and that's why we explode usually. Like, it's just because. It's just too freaking dang hot in the Middle East. So
no
they
one
just
should be living anywhere that hot.
Exactly. By the way, Russell Hall for $2 says GTA 5 had surprise paparazzi, but sex.
I think he meant butt sex.
Butt sex.
You forgot it. At least I'm guessing. I could be wrong.
Butt sex. Yeah. Well, I remember when you were like the paparazzi and you were like driving around trying to like get
pictures,
the celebrity. Right? Yeah. MTB Steve, thank you for the $5. Says my favorite part of GTA 5 was driving in the subway tunnel and not getting hit by a train. Vice City was awesome. It got a lot of attention at the time. Yeah, I mean they've all had their things that have been really good. And I really like the 5th one too, like with the not the 5th one, the 4th one as well with New York. And the Russians and like all that stuff. Like that was
never
really, really good.
That one.
Oh, really?
I should have apparently.
It's fun. It's really, really fun. Mark of Reality for $2 says, is Zia's sister moving to Florida?
It's funny. I talked to her. She calls me like once every couple weeks. She's going to be in jail for a bit longer. I think she's like eligible for work release, but she still has to go back to jail at night in like end of next year. And she's already been in for like 3 years, I think. And then after that, she'll be on parole for a while. But she did say, this is in Hawaii, obviously. She did say when I talked to her last that she's like, yeah, I'm thinking out when I get out fully, I want to go move to the mainland. And I was like, all right, we got to find you a state where there's not too much trouble.
God. I don't know. Is she like, have you talked to her about what jail is like? Or is she in jail or is she in prison or what's she in?
Prison. Well, I don't know. Hawaii County Correctional Facility is what it is, and the women's correctional facility. So I don't know if that's jail or prison. I'm assuming prison because I think so long term.
Yeah, it's long term. Have you talked to her about how accurate like Orange is the New Black is? Like, is it accurate?
She said she mostly keeps to herself. She says that she's seen my sister, I love her, God bless her. She's been, in a drug hidey hole for years. She doesn't even know what woke is. So she's not PC. So I'm
Oh my
talking
God.
to her. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. I'm talking to her and she's like, yeah, I've seen girls come in that are like super girly, long hair, beautiful. They shave their head and they get all butch and suddenly start eating coochie. And I was like,
Oh my God, that is like Orange is the New Black.
I was dying. I was like, that's so funny, Cece.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Now, so along the lines of the whole, like this crowd,
Got to catch them.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
so the children crowd,
Yes,
there was
always.
one that really stuck out to me. And this is the dude here. His name is not Tug, not that umbrella guy. The guy he's quoting, Jackson Hinkle, who is okay. This dude here on Twitter is a very active, kind of like anti-Zionist, I guess. Like very, very vocal about what's going on in the Middle East right now, which is fine. Like you could do that, and if that's who you are, like whatever. All the power to you. Do whatever you need to do. But then he comes out and he's like, why are Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing this sexualized video game for children in America? Get banned GTA6 trending now. And it's like, okay, first of all, buddy, it's not made for kids. Second of all, this guy's feed, right, is the entire, like I had to mute him because the entire feed is dead pictures of babies and people from the war.
Oh, God.
And I'm just constantly like, okay, I have to mute you because I can't look at this shit anymore. And it's very upsetting. And I just feel like a lot of these conservatives that are like, we need to think of the children. We need to think of this and that and the other. Well, what do you think the kids are seeing on social media when you're posting literal pictures of dead babies and dead children and dead people constantly in this pursuit of whatever you think is happening? Like I and I understand that people have to stay informed and everything like that, but it's not like kids don't have access to that. And that's realism. Like it's realistic photos versus a game which they shouldn't be playing at all. Like they're not supposed to be
and
playing
it's
that.
not up to the rest of the world to parent the world's children. It's up to parents to decide what their kids can and can't play, what they can and can't watch. You have to have parents parent kids, and you can't get rid of everything in the world that is fun or enjoyable, and you're just not going to get rid of human sexuality. That's something I've noticed people want to do. They're like, I've never understood the whole sex is like this horrible sin crowd. And part of it might be because I was raised without religion, so I have no sort of baggage attached to sex or bodies or my body or anything, because I just wasn't raised that way. And I was raised on a tropical island, and everybody walked around in Brazilian bikinis, and I've never in my life thought anything of it. And I think people are allowed to have personal feelings about it for themselves, like how they, if people aren't into being promiscuous or aren't into showing off, are more modest, by all means, please do that. Do what makes you comfortable. But this weird world where everybody needs to make everyone behave and think the same way that they think because they feel that way. I don't think sex is tied to morality in any way, shape, or form. That being said, I still wouldn't let my kid play that because they're too young for that. But it's not this horrible, like sex is not this horrible, dirty, disgusting thing that they're going to discover it.
Yeah, it's very
as they get older.
Stigmatized? Yes, stigmatized. Sex is very stigmatized, especially in like religious circles. And so it just becomes, and I know that all too well because I'm originally from Iran. So I know that idea of stigmatizing sex is the opposite of what you want to do in life, because usually that drives more people to do basically more degenerate things as they get older, because the stigma is there. So they want to like quash that stigma. Now, keeping in line with the idea that conservatives are kind of losing their minds again about the situation about Grand Theft Auto, I came across this this little news clip today. by Newsmax.
Oh my God. What is it? The 90s again? What's
I
happening?
know. It feels like I'm back in the 90s because this is literally talking about how Grand Theft Auto isn't bad for kids. And so I wanted to watch this a little bit with you. It's only 4 minutes long. We can just pause it and kind of make fun of it as we go along, but they say some really funny stuff. So here we go.
Far and away the hottest selling video game in history of, I don't know, ever. Grand Theft Auto 5, now 10 years later, has over 185 million games in circulation with more than $8 billion in revenue since it came out. Well, Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to debut a little over a year out, and they're already anticipating a $3.5 billion opening.
Damn!
Now, aside from the fact that I think video games melt your brain and they're stupid, what does this say
Okay,
about us
let me
as a
pause it right
society
there.
that the number one selling...
Wow.
Besides the fact that I think video games, what did he say?
Society that the
Melt your brain.
Melt your brain.
He says
and
they melt your brain.
Brother, this is why the conservatives are losing the culture war. Like, this is why when you have so many kids today playing video games, and then you have a guy like this talk like it depends. First of all, it depends on what kind of video game. It depends on so many, how often you play video games. It depends on how long you're sitting there, how long you're not. Like,
well, video games also have been proven to help hand-eye coordination,
yes.
to help your, like, there are actual upsides to it, but there are drawbacks just like anything. People can become addicted to literally anything. It doesn't extend to their alcohol addictions, food addictions, porn addictions, video game addictions. You can't like avoid everything because addiction exists. You have to be aware of what you might become addicted to, or like,
right.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. He says more stupid shit. Here we go.
What does this say about us as a society that the number one selling video game is titled after a felony, Grand Theft Auto, centers around violence against women, picking up hookers, beating up random bystanders?
He's talking about me. I picked up the hookers and I killed them. See, this is in Grand Theft Auto, not in real life, YouTube.
I was just gonna say, and then you obviously went off and did this is satire, YouTube, by the way. I'm joking.
YouTube, yes.
I caused her to do it in real life because that's how that works. Like,
that's how I roll. Okay, that's how I roll in real life. Like, I gotta play out what I play in video games because it's just not enough.
Shooting at cops. The irony is that as a society, we're being neutered already and taught that words are violence, and if you call somebody the wrong pronoun, you can cause PTSD. There's an entire political party that wants to...
This part is he's not lying about, and that part is important, but he's talking to that boomer conservative audience, right? That are like, oh no, like, yeah, words are violence, is stupid, and blah blah blah. But also video games are stupid, you know, like it's just that kind of very disconnect that it's like, okay, the new young conservative crowd, that's not what they think. They don't think like this anymore. This is, you're talking to like old boomers. New conservatives don't think like that.
To criminalize hate speech, yet not a word about our kids learning to be violent felons on a video game. Board-certified clinical psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gardner and primary care doctor at Massachusetts General Hospital, Dr. Peter Grinspoon. Look, Dr. Grinspoon, what do you make of this? And what is this doing to our
guy on the
kids?
right looks like he came off a 24-hour masturbation porn bender.
The same thing.
Oh my God, are you talking about this guy?
Yes. It looks like he's just been going at it for 24 hours and is like, oh, I have an interview. He's got like no pants on and jizz everywhere.
Oh my God. I bet you're probably right. I don't know. He also sounds like that, especially when you hear this guy talk and then hear him talk right after. You're like, oh my God, like that guy is very, like, he's not very masculine. Let's just say that. Okay, hold on. It's so funny because somebody said in the chat, is this from like the 90s or like right now? No, this is like today, guys. This is today. Is this from 1999 or recent? This is from today. They're talking about GTA6. Here we go.
The middle guy does look
make
closeted.
it inappropriate for the kids. The sexuality, the violence, sometimes there are even drugs in these games, are what make it so popular and so enticing. It's sort of like forbidden fruit. And I worry mostly about the violence and about how kids can get really desensitized to violence. I also worry about these games are so engaging and compelling.
Okay, so and this is the part that I was talking about, like with the whole desensitized to violence. And that's why I'm like, that's why I brought up that other post earlier, because I'm like, the desensitization to violence it's almost as it's a lost cause at this point, if you're talking specifically video game wise, because there's so many violent movies as well. There's so much violence going on every day in our life.
In schools.
I mean, especially in the United States where you have school shootings, that's a thing. You had a whole entire summer of love a few years ago where massive groups of people were burning down buildings and businesses and all sorts of stuff. Young people were encouraged to do that by the media, peaceful protesting and blah, blah, blah. And they were encouraged to do it. And now here we are talking about a video game and how much that is just, causing this thing for the kids, but not all of that. Not all that. It's the video games that's the problem.
Yeah.
I worry about the addictiveness. There are other injuries you can get, like thumb injuries, carpal tunnel syndrome, tennis elbow. There are a lot of, insomnia, obesity. There are a lot of health problems with video games, but this video game in particular, I agree, is very violent and very sort of sexualized. And, what happens is the older kids play it because there's an age restriction, but then the younger kids sort of tag along and watch it and get really exposed to it. And I don't think it's very healthy at all.
Dr. Gardner, Elon Musk responded to an ex-employee's post, not former, an ex-employee that had played Grand Theft Auto, saying, quote, tried it, didn't like doing the crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene, just couldn't do it. At least
pussy.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, what are you talking about, Elon Musk? Like, it's
not real. Like, I don't understand this. Never have I ever watched something or played something that made me think, yes, this is something I should go out and do in the real world because it will make my life better. I'm not a complete fucking moron. And I'm not even the sharpest tool in the shed here, man. Like, there are people. If people are seeing games and doing things and going out to do things that they're seeing in games, then the problem is not the game. The problem is those fucking idiots. And they were probably going to do it anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Some kids are coming around, right?
Yeah, and what this all comes down to, the good doctor is right. I mean, there are so many concerns about, if all you do, if your diet is all about video games, violent video games, these are things over time that keeps you from interacting with people, perhaps in more appropriate ways. And so if nothing else, there are health issues because you're not going out, you're not playing, you're not being physical in a way that's appropriate.
Okay, that part I'm going to give to the guy. And but I don't think I'm going to give it, like, it's not just about video games though. It's about how much time you spend on a screen regularly. Like, it doesn't, like, it can be TV, it can be watching, binge watching Netflix shows, it can be scrolling through Twitter or Instagram, it can be any type of screen activity that you do where you're not being active outside.
You could even make the argument that could be reading, which is generally a really good thing for you, but you're being sedentary when you're reading. It's not like that's an active activity. So I don't see why everybody needs time to be active and not be active. I agree, though, that, that could become a problem. But that's, again, why, as a parent, you parent your children. And you get to decide how much time they get to play games and what games they play, at least while they're in your house.
Zia, you hit the nail on the head there, because you said parenting your kids, and I feel like that's part of the problem, is that most parents these days, especially the younger generation parents, are lacking that parental skill of, like, okay, I need to draw a line. I need to, like, not be my kid's friend. I need to be my kid's parent. And excuse me. And I even had this come up because I used to work at Blockbuster. I don't know if you knew that, but I used to work there. And so many moons ago, when I was working there and the Grand Theft Auto came out, I think it was either San Andreas or the other one. Like, no, maybe it was 4. No, it was 3. It was San Andreas, I'm pretty sure. So when that came out, a bunch of kids like would want to come in and rent the game, and that was part of our job to tell their parents like, hey, this is rated M for mature, just so you know, like this is not like you're not renting Mario, you're renting Grand Theft Auto,
Right.
and you know just so that was our job, like we had to do it. And so I did that a few times, and I tell you, Zia, if looks could kill, I would be dead from all the stares I got from the little kids. I was like,
you ruined their life in that moment. They're like, I hate this lady.
Yeah. And then there was times where the mom would be like, oh my God, go pick another game. Like, like, no, that's not what we're doing tonight. Like, no, like, or ever, like until you're 18 and you can get this game yourself. But no, I'm not doing that. Not in our house. And the kid would be really mad. And then there would be the other kind of parents that would be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like
Go
the
ahead.
parents, I saw in a crazy amount of parents take their kids to go see Deadpool when it came out in theaters. Like I went to the movie, and it's a rated R movie. It's pretty violent. And I saw kids as young as like 7, 8 in the theater with their parents. And I was like, well, all right,
that stuff bothers me too. Like seeing kids in the theater for those kind of movies. I'm just like, ugh. My worst one though, Zia, was like literally, it was the last movie I saw before COVID shut everything down. It was Joker, and we went to the movie, and there was a baby in there, and the baby kept crying, and I was like,
why would you take a baby? I hate everyone.
Yeah, can't you get a babysitter? Like, I don't want to hear your baby crying while Joker's trying to shoot people. Like,
also, I feel like that's not a great thing to expose a fucking newborn baby to, like loud gunshots and like crazy shit like that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not a conservative in that way type of person at all. But that's a bit much and just rude to everyone else too.
So rude. That drives me nuts. And cell phones in the theater. I will fight you. Like if you start busting out the phone and that light comes on in the middle of the theater, unless you have an actual emergency.
Yeah.
And you like literally get up and leave because you had to pick up your phone and somebody died. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I
other
agree.
than that, no. Like
also people that talk in the theaters, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand this. That and I have so many pet peeves. The other one too is like when the lights come on and I get up to leave the theater and it's trashed and people just like throw food on the ground, leave their trash all over the seats. I'm like, who raised you?
Like it's like like, and then they leave it like on the seats and stuff. It's like, there's a garbage can right there. Like, clean up after yourself
on your way out. I was raised by a little heathen. Like my father, if I told people my backstory, they'd be like, I don't understand how you're alive right now. And I have more common decency than that. Like my dad's insane, and he still somehow taught me that I shouldn't throw trash all over the place and talk in theaters.
That's good. That's good. You've been raised right. Okay, here we go.
With regard to exercise. But, the other thing is, I know a lot of people feel that these video games may cause, violent behaviors. Right now, the studies are really mixed there. We really don't know what it is doing. What the studies are showing is that
it can't be good. It's been how many years? Like, I mean, how can they not know already what effects it's been having?
Also, I just need to feel like I need to point this out. And then afterwards, I'm going to pee. I can still hear everything, but I've had so much fluids tonight. And I'll be really quick, but I have to point out that cultures have been, for religious reasons, for power reasons, resources reasons, whatever, been going to war and dying and fighting and raising kids since literally the beginning of mankind. There are whole races and cultures that raised kids from tiny to like fight and die as they're men. Like this war and violence is not just a now thing. That is since the beginning of mankind.
Yes.
It's really not magically just because of video games or movies.
Yeah. Go pee.
I'll be back. I'll be quick.
No problem. Take your time. While she does that, we're going to read some of these super chats. Oh, I'm going to keep this one for her to come back. Andy says, girls, you should say hi to Camelot. He's fine, but on the knife's edge tonight. Oh no. What happened to Camelot? Okay. I'll have to ask her about that. DL for $1.99 says, Newsmack, that's making me want to buy this game. Yeah, same here, man. Well, the trailer made me want to buy it because I was like, this looks great. This looks like Florida. I'm going to love it. We got Russell Hall for $2 says, who gets tennis elbow from video games? I know. He said tennis elbow, and then he said like what's it called? What's that thing that you get your hands?
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Yeah. Like your thumb could get arthritis. It's like, oh my god. So Andy says, girls, you should say hi to Camelot. He's fine, but he's on the knife's edge tonight.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier.
Is he
I'm gonna
okay?
text him
What's
right
wrong?
now. He's just, I think, feeling kind of tired tonight, a little bit down.
All right, let's stream snipe him for a second because I think he's live right now.
Let's do it.
And then we'll just make fun of him a little bit.
We'll help him feel better.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the stream. We're gonna go back to that in just a second. We're just giving Camelot some love.
Look, I love him.
You know?
He's really gay.
And of course, I did suffer the wrath for that for a little while.
What happened? Why is he crying again?
Oh, is he looking at my text? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Zia's texts are so strange.
Tell him we say hi.
And then the same thing with Dick, my boy Dick Masterson. Look, I think he's funny. He said some stuff I don't agree with, but I also take everything with a grain of salt. I like his deal and I like his spiel. I like his act. And he's super nice. He's super nice to me. We've got drunk 100 times together. He's great. He's always buying drinks. He's a good dude. He's really nice.
Yeah, I've only done a show with Dick Masterson once.
He's just one of those guys. And of course, he got labeled as monster. So like, yeah,
I mean, he's not a monster, but he's just a dick.
Anyways. But still, it's fine.
He stays true to his name.
But yeah, so there's that, and there's so many people that are involved in this.
Isn't that his whole? Yeah, that's his whole shtick, right?
Like,
yeah, that's
people are, dude. People
nice
have been in
behind
my
the scenes.
DMs all day long.
Phil says,
EBS,
Camelot's a handsome dude, no homo.
He sure is. Phil.
You should try to get Kirsch on. Yeah, Kirsch
Wow.
can't spill on me. It's not happening. It's totally justified. No, but there's so many people involved, and if I have 10 DMs right now of people asking, give me some names, bro.
We love you.
Can't. Because if I give you like one, it's the end of the world. It's fucking end of the world. There will be a civil fucking war, and I ain't doing that shit.
Wow.
But I will vent my frustrations.
He's crying tonight. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to watch that later. Interesting.
I think he's talking about getting guests for his stream. I think that's what's happening there.
Yeah, I think like somebody canceled on him because
that's frustrating. I hate when that happens.
Well, he tweeted like he tweeted this cryptic thing that was like, I hate when conservatives are gay and they cancel because other conservatives are like were on the show, and then they're like, I don't want to be on your show anymore because that guy was on.
That's so silly. I agree with him on that. That's dumb as hell.
I mean, I agree with that too, because like that is gay. Like, why would you cancel because somebody else was on like a week before? Like, who cares? They're not on the same show as you. Like,
no, and even then, just politely decline if you're not comfortable with it, and be like, I don't like this person. Can I come on a different day? People are babies.
Yeah,
big babies.
Such babies. Oh my god, grow up. Okay. Let's get back to this. This is almost over. Here we go.
Saying is that they can cause aggression, and certainly aggression is different from violence. But I think the key thing here, and I think the good doctor might agree with me, is if you have someone who has a severe psychological issue or is in a violent home, and all they're getting is more reinforcement for violence, then this certainly can hurt someone, because there are kids who do play it and they don't get in trouble, they don't get violent. So
okay, he's right about that.
Yeah.
Who is actually absorbing these particular games.
Dr. Grinspoon, I got less than 30 seconds left. If we're in a society that is blaming everything on everything, how could this not be a factor?
Well, it is a factor, but it's educate people into hopefully.
See what I mean by the voice change when you hear that guy talk, and then he's like, "Let me hear what else." Like, well, I'm just a nerd. I don't know.
I can't handle that. That was so funny.
He's like, well, I just finished masturbating, and it was pretty good.
These kids to play in Grecian I don't love Grand Theft Auto for the reasons we've discussed, but it's a difference if you play a video game for an hour and then you go outside and play with your friends, or if you play video games for 8 hours a day. So I think it's very important we keep a limit to the screen time.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Doctor?
That's reasonable.
Doctor. I've always wanted to do that.
Oh my god,
Thank you guys, I appreciate
what a
it.
nerd.
Oh my god, that guy.
So there you go. That's it. That was the conservatives' take on the new Grand Theft Auto. Much the same as the old conservative take about Grand Theft Auto.
Which is why they always lose me. It's like I agree with some conservative points, but then they lose me on a lot of other stuff. And then I agree with some liberal points, and then they lose me on a lot of other stuff. And it's like, what's everyone else supposed to do?
We don't know. We don't know what we're supposed to do. And that's the trick. Is like, is finding that balance. Like, well, interestingly, that's basically what the doctors were saying as well, as finding the balance of, not, maybe being glued to the screen so much hours of the day. And again, and I say that about all screen time. Like I've tried to do that with myself, Zia, and like social media. Like I'm like, I gotta stop scrolling Twitter. Like this is not good.
And it doesn't feel good. I never come out of spending time on Twitter or Instagram being like, yes, I feel good and refreshed and ready for my day. I'm always like, what did I read? I'm so sad now.
Yeah, totally. Russell Hall for 2 says all those dudes have some uncomfortable Zoom fails. Oh no.
Oh god, I bet. Someone in the chat also said the guy in the middle looked like he was like a closeted gay guy, and I was like, God, that's so true.
That is true. Also, Russell Hall from before said for $2. So is your sister top or bottom, Zia?
You know, it's funny, Russell. I asked her that. I was like, hey, Cece, my chat wants to know if you're gay for this day. She's like, no, being in here has really made me realize how straight I actually am. And that was when she told me that like some girls come in like super straight and very feminine and are like all of a sudden fucking shaving their heads and wearing sports bras. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, boy,
that's hilarious.
So apparently not.
Spike and Madness for 2 says, I became a pill popper because of Pac. That's funny.
I got addicted to mushrooms because of Mario.
Right? That would have been an easy one for me. Like I should have just really quit doing those mushs. There was another thing that was interesting about GTA. There was this rumor that the story of GTA 6 is inspired by the drug trade and Escobar's cartel, according to new rumors, and that the girl, the GTA could be inspired by a documentary about Miami drug trade and follows the Black Widow, a powerful drug baroness, and Pablo Escobar's cartel. So that was a rumor back in 2022. And I thought that's an interesting one because I heard that some people are saying that the girl is based on some sort of like cartel mama, which is interesting to me because I said that that's what they should do, is base it on like some hardcore cartel chick. Cause we had one here. Her name is Donna Letty.
Damn.
And I was like they should base it on her story because she's freaking nuts. And then now that they have, I'm kind of happy about that because I'm like, see, it's not like one of those things where you're like, and that's why I feel like maybe it's not going to be like super woke, like a lot of people are saying, is that because being woke doesn't mean that you have a female character. Being woke means that you have shitty storylines and shitty dialogue and like just not good banter and things like that, and you're taking yourself too seriously. You're not making fun of everybody. Those things I think could be considered woke. And I think like the GTA so far usually does a really good job of making fun of everybody. So I have hope that they're gonna still keep to that and keep making fun of everybody. I did see something earlier that I was like, ooh, that's not good. Like if that happens, and that was this thing here. Hang on, let me pull it up because apparently I didn't leave it up for some reason.
Those are always red flags for me, is when like the dialogue feels weird and forced and shitty with stuff that doesn't need to be there. Like I remember watching This one show, because I really love sitcoms. Like I love Frasier and Friends
I do
and
too.
Seinfeld. Yeah, like they're so warm and comfortable. And so I was looking for a new one, and I forget which one I started. I was like, I'll check it out and see how it is. First episode in, the kids meet each other, and one of the kids like, "This is my stuffed animal," blah blah blah, and the other kid goes, "Cool, what's its pronouns?" As I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking out. I clicked out of that shit so fast. It was like 5 minutes into the episode. I was like, this is
why I
retarded.
rewatch old sitcoms, because it's like I can't handle this bullshit. Like, what are you doing?
Those are horrible. Nobody talks like that. Not even kids.
No, not at all. Why isn't this thing? Don't you hate when that happens, when you're like, I saved this thing and now it's nowhere to be found? Why?
I hate when that happens.
Oh, okay, I found it. Yes. Okay, here we go. So this is like kind of like the concerning thing about it being woke. And it says, new reports state that Rockstar is taking care to not punch down with jokes about marginalized groups, which would be a change from past games that poke fun of at all manners of people. And I think that this is what is really concerning to me, is like the idea that they wouldn't make fun of everybody and that they would take themselves too seriously. I hope they don't, and I still don't quite believe the media when they're like, this is what it's going to be, because usually it's not exactly how it is, like until you like it's out and you play it and you're like, okay, I've seen for myself that this is bad or whatever. So I'm going to reserve judgment, but I think this is what the cause for concern is for most people when it comes to the whole woke scenario. Not necessarily that it's going to have a female protagonist, but more about whether they're going to keep with the spirit of Grand Theft Auto and making fun of everybody.
I 100% agree with you. I hope it doesn't end up like that. And that's the same thing for me. What woke is you're right. It's not like, oh no, there's a woman, or oh look, there's a black guy. Yeah. It's when they're like forced. It's like you said, bad story writing, horrible narrative, terrible character development, and where they force diversity where it wasn't before, because so much stuff is like remakes, or where it doesn't need to be in a bid to push a narrative as opposed to just making a good product.
Yes, 100%. And speaking of woke, real quick, let's just briefly discuss, because I know you have to go soon, but just briefly discuss what we're transitioning people. We're transitioning into the next topic, which is Doctor Who. Because I know you started watching Doctor Who with X-Ray Girl. How's that been going? How long are you along?
So I've seen Doctor Who twice now through the whole series. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. And when we were at Chrissy's wedding, we were sitting at the table with X-Ray Girl and with Mark. And Mark was like, I've been trying to get X-Ray Girl to watch Doctor Who. You should get make her watch it and like do a reaction video thing afterwards. And so X-Ray Girl and I just talked about it and we're like, let's do it. So it's her first time watching it. And we're in season 3 with David Tennant. We just lost Rose. And Martha came in. Yeah, I know. I always cry at that episode. It's so sad.
I always cry at that episode too. It's so good. But and Rose was my favorite one. Like I love Rose to this day. She's my favorite companion.
I always have a hard time whether I love Rose more or Amy more, but they're my top 2.
Yeah, me too. I like Amy a lot too. Like Amy's definitely my second one, I think too. Yeah, like Amy Pond. That whole
so good.
Like that whole arc with like River Song and Amy Pond and stuff was so good. Like I love that whole arc.
So good. There's so many things like for the first. So I remember you telling me before the stream you stopped at Matt Smith, right?
After Matt Smith, like when Matt Smith was done and they were going into Capaldi, I stopped because I really didn't like Clara, like whatever her name is. What's her name?
You're not alone, Clara. The actress.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is her name?
I'm totally spacing right now on her name.
Same. I can't even think of it.
I'm sure the chat will let us know. But anyways, her character really pissed me off. Like even near the end of the Matt Smith one, I was like kind of struggling with their Christmas special, and I was kind of struggling with Jenna Coleman. Thank you, Phil.
There we go.
And it's like I couldn't really like get into the whole like she's the big back wolf thing, and like I was just kind of like what like. It's just not good anymore. And then they went into Capaldi after, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done. Like I pulled the plug.
So yeah, I think that was probably the smartest thing to do. I watched into Capaldi, and although I do think Capaldi is a great doctor, it was not his fault, which sucks and there were some good episodes and some good stuff in there that I did enjoy with him a lot actually. But then the writing started to get really not
terrible.
Great. Yeah, it started to get really bad. Like before even Jodie Whittaker came in. And then I actually did watch the whole first season with Jodie Whittaker, and it made me
You did?
Because
I cannot believe that. Okay, tell me about that.
So I was in LA at the time, and I was working at AfterBuzz TV, which is like a place that does after shows. It's like this network on YouTube. And so you cover, and I remember signing up for Doctor Who because I was like, this is my favorite show. I can't wait to talk about it. And then that was the season that I got on. And I was like, okay. And I was already weary coming into it because they were like, finally, the first female doctor. It's about time. And I was like, about time? Why? There's not about time. No one asked for this. I don't care.
We've always had female companions. It's not like this like, it's not as if girls were missing from the show.
Yes. And the companions were all incredibly like strong but nurturing and flawed and really interesting characters, which is what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a boringly strong female character that can do no wrong and is, that has the strength of 10 men. That's so stupid.
That it's so dumb especially when it comes to like a sci-fi like Doctor Who, that it's like that's where we're gonna go. And I always thought that like Russell T Davies and the writers of the show originally really created a very I don't want to call it woke because it wasn't woke at the time. It was just very progressive. Yes, it was progressive. And they had characters like Captain Jack, who basically like, well, I mean, he's gay in real life, but Jack Barrowman, I think is his name. He's gay in real life, but in the show, he was not just like, he wasn't even just bi, like he would have sex with anything. Like I remember he would have sex with like aliens and just anything that had a hole and he could stick it in, Jack would be doing it.
And he was a great character too.
He was a great character and he was a great actor. Like, I mean, I love John Barrowman. Thank you. John Barrowman. I call him Jack Barrowman. John Barrowman. He's great. Hey, speaking of gay people, here's Shane Davis. I'm just joking, Shane. Love that. But we were just talking. I just love that character. And I thought that they did progressive stuff right, and they didn't like shove it down your throat. They weren't like, well, remember John Barrowman's gay. Like when they're playing it. Actually, I had the biggest crush on that guy.
Oh
For the longest time, I was like, I think I'm in love with Captain Jack. And then my husband was like, that guy's so gay, and I was like.
It's so sad, right?
And I was like, what? You're like, no way. Like, he's not gay in real life, is he? And he's just like, yeah, he's very gay. And I was like, you ruined it for me now. Like, it was just like, it was gone. The magic was gone after I found out he was gay IRL. But I had a huge crush on him. And then now, fast forward to today. I saw this article going around, and it was a bit of an older article on Twitter where Russell T Davies basically kind of doubled down on saying that he wants to cast gay actors to play gay roles. And I thought this article was really interesting because it says Russell T Davies explains why he won't change his mind on gay casting debate. And it says Doctor Who showed, and it says it's. I know straight actor can portray a gay character brilliantly, Davis said during a Q&A panel. I know certainly a gay actor can play a straight character brilliantly. This is very true. And one very good example of that is
Barney.
Yes, Barney.
I knew where you were going with that. Yes.
Absolutely. Because I mean, it's weird is when I was watching that show, I didn't know he was gay.
Dude, same. I was like, oh yeah, that literally the exact same thing happened to me. And my sister and I both were like, ooh, Barney is cute. Then we found out in real life he was gay, and it did the same thing. It ruined it for us. We were like, oh.
Right. Like I was like, yeah, I didn't know he was gay. Again, my husband told me like, dude, that guy's so gay. And I was like, what do you mean he's gay? And he's like, well, that's freaking Doogie Howser. Like everyone knows Doogie Howser is gay. And I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't either. Like, dude, but then again, my gaydar Zia is like very off. Like unless you're like really gay, like I can't tell. Like, I'm just not one of those people, I guess.
I can usually tell from like mannerisms and speech pattern, like when you talk to someone,
Mhm.
but not always. And these people are acting, they're playing a role and they're playing a straight
Yes.
character. So it's like they're doing a great job. They're killing it.
They're doing a great job, and I have no problem with that. And I guess that's where this differs now, though, is that he believes that gay people should be playing gay roles, but not the other way around. The reason why I came out with such a strong unilateral statement is simply to shift the argument. There are 57 dramas out there being cast today without me in that room. So one voice just tilts the argument and allows more people to be saying, "Shall we cast a gay here?"
Why?
This is weird. Like, I just feel like, is that how casting rooms go? Like, are we at a time where you have a script in front of you and a character description in front of you and stuff, and then like casting directors and stuff are sitting there going, well, should we cast a gay? Like that, I don't think that happens. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like it has to, honestly, because of the way they get, like, how did we get the Little Mermaid that we got? I guarantee you they're like, we should cast a black woman. I guarantee you that's what they did. I don't believe
the writers' rooms is not good anymore. The casting rooms is just, but you know what? Like okay, let me rephrase, because I don't think that might be happening at Disney and like Netflix and stuff like that, but I don't think that's happening in other places in the world. Like, let's say, for example, the people who cast Godzilla -1, like, I don't think they were like,
well, that's because it's Japan. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like, do we need a gay here? Or like any of the Korean shows or dramas or like any of that, like, do we need a gay here? Like, that just sounds really weird to like say that to a gay here. Like, is that how you shouldn't talk about people like that? That is just weird.
Also disrespectful. Have you ever seen, actually, this just reminds me of this one show a little bit. Have you ever seen the show Reservation Dogs?
No.
So it's about these kids that live on an Indian reservation in Oklahoma, and they're all Native American. I guess you're not supposed to say Indian anymore, but anyway, I'm sick. Sorry, everyone. You're not allowed to. I mean, they're all living on a reservation, and they're trying to save. They like steal and stuff to try to save, and then it just gets into character development. There's 3 seasons, and I passed over it a bunch because I kind of thought like, oh no, this is going to be weird. It's going to be woke. Taika Waititi made it. I watched it, and I actually ended up fucking loving it. It is such a good show, and I'm kicking myself for judging it too harshly. Yeah, Pulsar Echo, it was phenomenal, and the characters were so great. And because it was cast on or takes place on a Native American reservation, they cast all Native actors, which is cool as fuck, and it makes sense for the story. But this just made me laugh because they had this one kid that was white, and they called him White Steve, and that made me that's so fucking funny. Like every time they'd go to White Steve, they'd be like, "What's up, White Steve?"
That's funny because, well, I mean, I've actually hung out on Native reservations because I'm Canadian and I used to have Native friends, so I'd go to the reserve all the time. And they do talk like like there's like the white person, they'll be like, white boy over there or whatever. They do talk like that.
100%. Growing up in Hawaii, they called me the Haole girl, which is like the Hawaiian version of the white girl. They're like, oh, Zia the Haole girl?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, I'm super used to that.
So David said that he feels the need to keep advocating for the casting of LGBTQ actors. It's because no one else is saying it. I'm noisy and I get listened to, he added. No one else is saying it. Everybody's gay now, guy. Like, everyone is gay. Like, look at DC, look at Marvel. Literally everyone is gay now. I don't know what he's thinking that no one's saying it. I think everyone is saying it. It's become overwhelmingly gay.
Yes.
Most shows. It makes no sense to me that he's like, no one's advocating for gay people, where like literally everything's become gay. Like, where's a straight couple? I haven't seen one in a while.
Also, for the love of God, can we start casting the best actor or actress for the role, not just someone that you think needs to check a box?
Yeah, that would be really nice if people actually got cast because, I don't know, they did the job well.
It'd be awesome.
It'd be really nice if it didn't have anything to do with, I don't know if they like to take it up the butt. Like, who cares? Like,
I don't care what anyone does. I don't care if people are gay or straight or pansexual or even trans. I don't give a fuck. What I do care about is the fact that it's being pushed in such a ridiculous manner that actually they're hurting their own cause. They're taking people who didn't used to care and were like, yeah, do whatever you want, and pissing them off. Then now they're like, I'm not on your side anymore because you fucking shoved it down my throat too much. Like, they're doing the opposite of what they're trying to do.
Yeah. And I think that that's what's happening is, and the unfortunate side effect of that is going to be the pendulum that's going to be swinging back like so far the other way. And I don't like seeing that at all. Way too far. And I'm like, like that bothers me. Like, for example, and this actually doesn't have anything to do with gay people, but today I saw this comment going around, and I was on one of my on one of my things on one of my threads on Twitter, and I was like, I can't even tell if people are joking anymore or not. But I retweeted this, and I was like, who's watching this? This is the new poster from Mr. And Mrs. Smith remake.
Is this real?
Yes, it is. There's a remake with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and it's Donald Glover, and I forget this chick's name.
I don't think I've seen her anywhere. Do I know her?
I don't know where she's from either, but I have no idea, actually. I think she's famous for something. She looks familiar, but I haven't seen her in anything. Like, specifically that I can think of. I don't know. Maybe people in the chat will know. But anyway, this guy replied back, too many blacks. And I was like, is that supposed to be like, first of all, you spelled two wrong because it's supposed to be T-O-O. But you get this kind of thing all the time where like, I'm like, even with Grand Theft Auto, like there's way too many black people on that beach. And I'm like, first of all, that's like Miami. Like, have you ever been there? Miami is all black people. I went to Miami and I literally saw a fat black woman twerking on a car, like just like the one that was in the trailer. I saw another one with like, there was like a, what's it called? A convertible car. And there was like three fat women, giant, obese black women with like this one dude, and he was like driving the car, but they were so fat and obese that the car was like,
my god, they had free hydraulics because they were so big. Oh no.
And one of them started twerking and the car was literally doing the thing, but it was free. It was so
That's so funny. Holy shit.
I felt so bad for that car. I was like, oh my god, that poor car.
This is just art imitating life, guys.
It really is. But again, when I see comments like that, though, I'm like, I don't understand though. Like that feels icky to me. I'm like, I don't like when I hear like, oh, too many blacks, so I'm not gonna watch this movie. Like, because
that feels racist.
Yeah,
like, for real.
That's not where I'm at. Like, I'm not watching movies because there's too many blacks or too many gays or like too many whatever. I'm not watching movies because they don't have good characters, and I don't want someone to be cast just because of their sexual orientation. That would be the same way for if it was the person was straight. I wouldn't want that. I want people to be hired based on merit, and for anything in this life, not just acting, for teaching, for doctors, for everything, lawyers. I need you to be able to do what you're supposed to do, like, and do it well, especially if you're a doctor, for fuck's sake.
Sweet Jesus. Yes, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. And I feel like I always go back to, I feel like this is something I can speak on, because I'm a woman. I go back to the woman thing, like strong female characters. Anytime something is like shows that or says that, I'm like, I'm fucking out. I'm done. It's not because I don't want to see women in movies, but if they gender swap something, I'm immediately fucking over it.
Yeah. If they gender swap something, I get
so pissed.
Yeah, I'm like, like I don't like that. It's like it leaves you a bad taste like right away. You're like,
immediately. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad. Got it.
Exactly. Let me quickly get a couple of these super chats. We got Russell Hall for $2 says, if you like Doctor Who, you'll love Samurai Cop.
Why does that sound familiar? I've never seen
Samurai
Samurai
really
Cop.
familiar, yeah.
I feel like
I've seen that.
don't think so.
I don't know if I've seen that. Is that the one I was supposed to watch? I think it is. Yeah. This is like some movie that he told me to watch a while ago, and I still haven't, but I'm planning on doing it. Hold on, let me show you the cover so you're like, what the frick? Yeah. Yes, it is that movie. It's the crazy, weird movie. Here it is. I'll show it to you. I'm supposed to watch this. And apparently it's free on YouTube.
Okay, this is not what I was thinking. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know,
What?
but it looks really silly and I'm going to watch it.
That looks
I'm going to do like a little watch party on YouTube one night and just watch it.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, it's a good bad movie, like The Room.
Yeah, exactly. Russell Halford too. Also, Samurai Cop 2 features Tommy.
Speaking of The Room. Holy shit.
I did not expect that. Warchu, thank you for the $5. Says one of the playable characters is female in GTA 6. So will Zia be opening her back door for the newly added male hooker NPC during a date?
Hell yeah. Bring that gigolo in. Let's get it on.
I'm actually like, the funny part is, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to playing a girl in Grand Theft Auto, because I like dressing up female characters. So I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, I gotta dress her up. I gotta get her all the skirts and make her so cute.
That's exactly what I do. I do the anytime there's like a player, but like for example, when I played Skyrim for, I don't know, probably the 5th or 6th time, I did a mod so that my character could have really giant boobs.
That's like my character in Conan. I had like the most massive tits in Conan. I was like, yes, this is amazing. You would never be able to like actually climb a cliff with those things hanging off you, but whatever. Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Did you play Baldur's Gate 3?
I never played Baldur's Gate 3. I've heard so many good things. I want
great.
to. I have no free time. I'm so sad.
Oh my god. Well, if you ever, get some free time, that's a great one, because you like RPGs. So I do recommend that. Although it did definitely have woke moments. But all in all, like, it was very good.
I'll sometimes forgive a woke moment if something is good. Sometimes I'm like, I'm fucking done. But every once in a while, I like something enough where I'm like,
yeah,
fine, you fuckers, but you're on thin ice.
Exactly. That's how I was like with Baldur's Gate. I was like, you fuckers. Like, once in a while, it's like, but most of it was pretty good. Chris Topher, thank you for the $2. Says Mrs. Dong Lover. She sounds fun.
Sounds great.
Excellent. Wartooth, thank you for the $2. Ryan thinks there's not enough people on the beach.
Black people or people in general?
Just people in general?
Not enough people. I've never been to Miami, but I hear things.
Oh yeah. Miami's a vibe. It is definitely a vibe. And I can tell you that playing this game, you've basically been there. Like when you play that.
I think I might be too small and too white for Miami.
Dude, that place is a vibe, man. It's crazy. Slosha, thank you for the $5. Says too many women on this show. Joking. Maybe it was the start of the letter, like to Santa. Too many blacks. Too many blacks.
Too many blacks. I want all the blacks to be.
That reminds me of like how punctuation's important. It's like in The Simpsons when like Lionel Hutz is like their lawyer, and it's like no money down. It's like, but your ad said no money down, and he's like, no money down, and he puts like the comma by the no. It's like, no money down with exclamation.
I've seen the one too where it says let's eat grandma, and then let's eat comma grandma. Punctuation's important. Makes me laugh too. It's true.
Russell Hall for $2 says Samurai Cop 2 really does feature Tommy Wiseau. Oh, okay. Well,
I believe it. They are on the level where I can 100% see Tommy Wiseau being in that.
200 Watt Studios for $5 says Russell Davies is a hypocrite. The type that goes to a climate change conference is in a private jet. He won't cast a non-gay actor for Doctor Who. Tennant? Yeah, isn't Tennant not gay?
No, not at all.
Pretty
Which
sure he's
is
great.
totally great for my fantasies. Thank God.
Yeah, he's
I'm like in love.
I mean,
with
unless
him.
he's like in closet gay. I mean, we don't
No,
know.
he's married to a woman. He's got like 5 kids. That'd be pretty
Zia.
closeted.
Zia, like men have been married to women and have come out as gay for a long time, for years. And
That's
it's
true. Don't
all of a
ruin it for
sudden-
me.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, I was gay all along. It's like, oh, okay.
I've convinced myself that I'm someone he could go for because his 2 girlfriends were like small blonde girls that kind of look similar, and I
Ooh.
was like, yes, he's got a type.
He's got a type. Amazing. That's great. So are you gonna try the new Doctor Who, like the Shuti Fatwa? What is his name? Shuti.
I
something?
can never remember how to say it, but yeah, no, I don't think so. Doctor Who's dead for me. I'm gonna get up to probably Capaldi and end it again, and it's a nice reminder to go back and watch from when it was awesome.
Yeah.
The show's so magical, and it really was progressive. It was a very progressive show, but it was just so well written. There were so many cool storylines. The Face of Bo, the Weeping Angels, like all these things that came together. Like you said, River Song and Amy. I mean, it's just, oh my God, like so many moments where I was just like, oh my God, like the show makes you feel so much. It was so well
It
done.
made you feel so much, and it was like literally you were on the edge of your seat for some of it. You're like, oh my God, like what's gonna the Weeping Angels freaked me out. I was like, I can't watch this. Like I was like, oh my God, like they're freaky. They freak you out.
They to me are more terrifying. I feel like I talked about this on my stream once. I think they're more scary than the Daleks and the Cybermen.
I
Weeping
agree with
Angels
you. I agree with you 100%. They're the ones that freak me out the most is the stupid Weeping Angels. Slosher, thank you for the $5. Says grammar is the difference between helping your uncle jack off a horse and helping your uncle jack off a horse.
It's true.
That was a really good one, man. That's really good. Wow. Well, Zia, it's been an incredible show. You stayed even 25 minutes past what you were saying you were going to. So thank you for being here tonight. You did it. You've done the show. It's really
Thank you for
having
having me. Seriously, this was so much fun. Even like honestly, it's not so bad just to sit here and hug a blanket and talk about cool stuff. I had an awesome time. Thank you.
I'm so glad. We need to do it again, especially when you're feeling better. And also, I don't know if I invited you for my Christmas party or not.
You sure did. I have it in my calendar.
Okay, great. So
I'm ready.
we're
I'm
going to be
excited.
hanging out again pretty soon. I think that's on the 27th, right?
Oh, I thought the 20th. Uh-oh.
Was it the 20th?
Put that on the wrong day. No,
I don't
no, this
remember
is
what
good.
I don't remember what I set it up as. It could be the 20th.
Well, just let me know either way. I'll be there.
I didn't know what I said. I'll tell you right now. It's because I'm retired. Oh, yes. I did make it on the 20th because it's a Christmas stream, and the 27th would be after Christmas. So we're both retarded. It's fine.
We're killing it.
We're
I'm gonna get a
killing it
Christmas hat.
tonight.
Oh, no, I have.
Yeah, everybody's like, rest in peace. Yeah. Oh, that's mean, you guys. No, you're gonna feel better soon. Okay, before we go, we're gonna watch this little tiny video. It's just a minute-long video. That's of my favorite judge on earth. I just saw this and I was like, this is freaking great. It's Judge Judy before TV 1993. This is amazing.
This lady fucks. I know it.
School.
She's
clear,
freaking great.
sir. This is not a legal game, counselor. This witness may not have a terrific memory, but I've got a very good memory, sir.
She's
You have a
badass.
lot more questions? Good. Well, what do you want me to give him, a testimonial dinner? Thank you very much. Step out.
She's a 5'2" package of attitude with a capital A. And pity the young lawyer who dares to question the judge's judgment.
Well, are you suggesting, Miss Gutierrez, that if I placed him on probation, he would never go visit his mother?
No,
are you
Judge.
suggesting that?
No,
so
Judge.
let's be real.
To those who confront her, she is the evil queen in a lace collar.
If that's too hard for you, sir, I guarantee you I will put you someplace where you're going to be in bed at 9 o'clock and at school every day. That's where the rest of your friends are.
And she
So
deals with
hardcore.
legal procedures with a scalpel.
So your objection's noted. It's overruled. Have a seat. No, listen to me. This is not a tea party. You make an objection, I rule.
The players in this theater of misery are the judge, lawyers,
Theater of misery.
caseworkers, addicted parents, and castaway children.
Oh my
Don't
God.
fool with me again, sir, by not doing what you're supposed to do. And I guarantee you it'll be a very sorry day. We understand each other? He responded to this parole.
Wow, I love her.
Dude, she's the right there. That's a strong ass boss ass bitch.
Yes, boss ass bitch for real. That's how shit gets done. Is people like Judge Judy.
Hell to the yeah.
Man, I love it. Zia, it's been fantastic. Seriously, thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Russell Hall for $2 as Judge Judy's
vibrator.
Damn it, Russell!
He always finds a way around.
I know, right? Thank you. Wow. Wait, what? I don't know about this. Judy screwed over bailiff Brett. F Judge Judy. I don't know what you're talking about. I just think she's great. I don't know. Maybe that Baylor did drugs. I have no idea.
Maybe he was an asshole.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is or why. I'll have to look into that. I just think she's great. Okay. Zia, before we go, plug your channel. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to watch my streams, they're not this wholesome, but they are fun. It's Zialand on YouTube, XIALAND. Actually, that's not true. We coined a new term on my channel. God, I love everyone so much. Because they were like, she's wholesome, but she's a whore. Because someone came in and like said something. They're like, why are you acting so wholesome, but also like a whore? And someone's like, she's whoresome.
She's
like,
whoresome. I love it. That's
my new
funny.
favorite thing. Whoresome.
Oh,
Anyway.
you're my wholesome friend. I love it. So I have Ms. Whoresome Zialand's link tree in the description. So everybody, you want to go and subscribe to all her stuff. And I know she does OnlyFans too for the naughty ones. If you want to,
if that's your thing. If
that's
not, it's
your
cool.
thing. You want to check that out. She does have an OF as well. So check her out. Zia, do you have any streams coming up you want to promote before we go?
Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing with Steph the Alter Nerd. I'm so excited. I just met her. I love her so much. She's so great. She's like
great.
She's so cool.
I just asked her to come on this show, so she's gonna come on very soon.
Nice. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be Six Slosher, but I'm still doing it. At 8 p.m. Eastern with Steph the Alter Nerd, Unqualified Experts. We give our advice to the internet. I think this is going to be a good one. I feel like we're both very smart people. This is going to go well.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so make sure you check that out. And as for me, you can come back on Friday and see me on this channel for Infinite Hope. That's the wholesome show where we have all the cute animal videos and good humans and just fluff. We talk about good things and nothing else but. So if you want to come hang out on that, Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern, you can find me here doing that. Until next time, thank you everybody for watching. And thank you to those of you, special thank you to those of you who super chatted, became a member, gifted memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the channel. And also all the Rumblers over on Rumble, thank you for watching. You guys are fantastic. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Zia,
that was really fun. Thank you so much.
You had a
me.
question before we
we're still
live.
live.
We're still live.
So dumb. I'm like, that was so fun.
Zia, what can I get on your OnlyFans for 60K?
You can get an awkward hug, and then I'll ignore you forever. But then if you give me another 30K, then he's talking about. Did you hear about this? Oh God, I just finished watching a video on it earlier tonight. Actually.
Oh, that lady,
Ruby Rose.
Lady, yeah, yes, I did. I did see that.
She freaking look. And I'm gonna, this guy is Oof, he needs literal professional help. I don't know why he would do that.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's like absolutely crazy. But yeah, he like, I think and Charlie was talking about it. I think he's probably right. Moist Critical was talking about, I think he's probably right that the guy didn't just bump into her. Like he stalked her and found her.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But there you go. You have your answer. Bye, everybody. Bye. Wait, oops, there.